I recently watched a Netflix miniseries called Inventing Anna. It's based on the true story of a woman named Anna Delvey. She was a German woman from Russia, who eventually moved to New York City and pretended to be the heiress to a $67 million fortune. That, of course, was a lie. In reality, Anna was a broke immigrant with no inheritance coming her way, and barely even enough money to rent an apartment. But that didn't stop her from rising the ranks in New York City's social scene, and before anyone could even say inheritance, Anna was partying it up with New York's billionaires, millionaires, and celebrities, getting expensive gifts and deals in the process, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. She was eventually convicted of fraud, but her Netflix series has shed new light on her story. In this video, I'll be going through 8 of the most powerful life lessons I learned from Anna's unique story. So without much further ado, let's dive in. Number 1, everyone has a weakness. Anna is seen as a pretty powerful person throughout the show, but Anna, like everyone else on Earth, had a weakness. In her case, it was her reputation. When Anna was given the option of accepting her plea offer and getting a lighter sentence, she chose not to. Why? Because she cared about her image and reputation more than she cared about her own well-being. In short, that was her weakness. Unfortunately for Anna, she never really realized what her weakness was, and it completely blew up in her face. No one is perfect, or a god of some sort. Everyone has some sort of weakness, and it's extremely important that you identify what that weakness is. Identifying your weaknesses can help you cope with the fact, and it can also help you avoid them. Number 2, there are always 2 sides to a story. According to some of Anna's victims, she was a manipulative con artist who stole money from people by deceiving them. In the eyes of her supporters, she was this innocent, working-class immigrant who was bringing down capitalism by targeting the rich and famous. Obviously, neither of these statements are completely true, but there is some truth to both of these statements. In short, there are always 2 sides to each story. There's your story, the other person's story, and what really happened. There is no black and white, and the truth is always in the shade of gray between them. I don't doubt that Anna finds nothing wrong with what she did, and I even sympathize with her a little bit. But at the same time, she did defraud people out of their money, no matter how rich or shady those people might be on their own. Number 3, people will do anything for money. Money is pretty much what the entire world revolves around. It's a central theme in the story of Inventing Anna, and at this point, it's pretty clear that people will do literally anything for money. Whether it was Anna fooling people into thinking she was rich for money, or all of the people who were conned by Anna are chasing even more money. Money simply has such a deep impact on all of our decisions, morals, and personalities. In Anna's case, it was almost as if she was hypnotized by money. She seemed like the smartest person in the world at one point, but just because of the fact that she kept getting richer and richer, she couldn't put it to a stop. She was willing to go all the way and just so she could keep making money. It's pretty scary to think of how a piece of paper can be so powerful, but that's just how life is. Number 4, your looks matter. You've probably been told your entire life by well-meaning people that your looks don't matter. It's your inside that matters, but Anna's story proves that that is not the case. It should be no surprise to anyone that Anna extensively used her sex appeal to attract rich people towards her. She's quite pretty, and while she isn't exactly a supermodel, she was confident, and she had the rich look as well. By rich look, I mean she was able to dress like she was a millionaire, even if she was wearing clothes from the thrift store or gifts from some of her boyfriends. If you looked at her walking down the street, you'd probably think, damn, this lady has a lot of money to blow. In the age of the internet, you probably see a lot of people buying expensive clothing and showing it off online. Here's the thing, many of these people aren't rich, they just buy stuff that makes them look rich. The difference between them and Anna is, well, Anna used her rich look to take further advantage of rich people, rather than just do it to show off online. If you're gonna pretend to be someone you're not, you have to at least look the part. Number 5, get rich or die trying. No matter how you feel about Anna and her morals, it's impossible not to respect her hustle. Homegirl straight up started from nowhere. She was a poor immigrant without her parents' money to cushion her fall. She didn't really have a college degree or anything that could get her a high-earning job, but what she did have was hustle. She wasn't able to choose her parents or her initial wealth, but she had the determination to change it. She knew she didn't want to die poor, and she finally made her way to the top. Now, her methods of making it to the top were questionable, to say the least, but in the end, she lived the American dream, even if it was only for a short while before she got caught. Number 6, friendship for money isn't friendship. Anna made a lot of friendships along the way in her journey to the top, and there's a very important lesson in all of that. She was only friends with these people for their money, and even some of the people who thought they formed a close bond with her ended up with a feeling of betrayal. But more importantly, when Anna eventually got caught, and she was going through her lengthy trial, none of the friends she made along the way stuck with her either, even the ones she didn't defraud. These are powerful people with powerful connections. They could have easily gotten her a lawyer to lighten her sentence, but they chose not to. That's because they didn't want to be friends with her, they wanted to be friends with her money. The moment it was revealed that Anna wasn't, in fact, some rich heiress, all of the laughs, moments, and bonds suddenly meant nothing to them. The lesson here is that your real friends are those who love you for who you are. Number 7, it isn't selfish to put yourself first. There isn't a nice way to put it. Anna thought of herself before anyone else. She didn't really care about who she was hurting, who she was defrauding, or about the consequences of her actions. As for you, not caring about other people is a pretty good lesson, but as for the consequences, maybe it's not such a bad idea to think that through. My point here is that it's okay to be considerate of other people, but you should always prioritize yourself first. You shouldn't try to put others before yourself, because you'd just be opening yourself up to be taken advantage of. Now, that doesn't mean you should be a total bitch to everyone and tell them to F off, but you should find the right balance between caring about others and thinking about yourself. If you still consider that to be selfish, then who the hell even cares? Most of the rich people you see today, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or whoever, they've all screwed someone over in their lives. Number 8, with enough confidence, you can get away with almost anything. This is undoubtedly the biggest takeaway from Anna's entire story. The only reason she was able to pull the stunts that she did, with some of the most powerful people in New York, was that she was confident with her lies. Her confidence made her convincing. So convincing, in fact, that no one even thought to question her background. Here's a beautiful Eastern European woman in the most elite club in all of New York. She just tells you all about her story, how she's about to inherit a boatload of cash, and she's looking for someone to help her invest. Would you question it? Probably not. She knew exactly how to manipulate the people in the room. Even though she was the poorest person in the room 99% of the time, in most cases, she not only acted like she was the richest person in the room, but she sold that idea. Her exotic foreign accent probably helped her out a bit in this case, but the main thing will always be her confidence. That's a wrap for 8 powerful life lessons from Netflix's Inventing Anna. Do you sympathize with Anna? Or do you think she's a low-life manipulator? Let me know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to be notified every time I upload a new video. See you in the next one.